3 seconds to try a shot and try to win the game.
This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wylde Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, Matt, and J Cam.
Hey, it's Thursday night. Thursday night, Notebook Wagering time. Am I good, John? All good. There we go. Thursday night, live from the Salisbury Center. I am Smitty. Hey man, it's computer. I deal with computers all day. You know, Matt deals with computers all day too. Sometimes you can be so ready to go, and that's just the way we do it. It does not matter. We're live from the Salisbury Center, powered by Monster Energy. I am Smitty. I'm excited. We're down in the Final Four. I got my man Matty up in Pittsburgh. What is happening, my friend? How are you doing?
Well, buddy, I'm excited yet disappointed because next week we have a void to fill. There's no football for the first time in ages.
What are we going to talk about?
I mean, maybe we'll take a week off. Who knows? Maybe
we'll get some basketball people on. I was
going to say basketball, but who knows? Maybe we'll just do block polls and dumb stuff.
We'll do another top three or something. So we'll get to some. And listen, man, you're a talker. I'm a talker. We're going to talk. We'll fill in the good 45 to an hour. Don't worry about it. So, hey, I'll tell you what. Last week at this time, it was ready to snow down here. Now it's like spring. Tomorrow's 71, 72 degrees. How's the weather up there? We always talk weather a little bit. How's it up there?
It's warm today, but with all the snow on the ground, we got like tons of fog. It's like 55. The weekend's supposed to be all rain and crap, though, like 40s, nonsense, 70% rain. And then we dip back down, so I'm not getting used to it. I'm not going to dust off the golf clubs or anything like that yet.
Oh, I know. I know you like getting out there. I like getting out there. I got into that last year, and I got the fever for a little bit more cowbell and golf. Okay, here we go. Live bets tonight. Let's get some people some money. I'm coming off a 5-1 night last night in college basketball. Maddie outdid me the other night, though. Man, we were going head-to-head. I had Ohio State, you had Nebraska, and you were the smarter man in the room. And overall, you had the big win there with that game. So, Maddie, any tickets in play tonight?
I have St. Peter's early, -6. The only thing I got to look at in between my busy work day today, and it's not starting out too good. They're losing to a 5-13 squad. So you want to fade me tonight while we're doing the show? I'll look at some later games and see what I see here.
All right, where am I at tonight? I gave one out. It was late. Central Connecticut. That was already a winner today. I have UMass. I think Lowell against Vermont. Big game up there in that conference. That one's tied right now. My best bet, Long Island, -135. They're tied right now. What can I do for you tonight, everybody? Well, let's do a little Louisiana Lafayette. Let's match them up with Eastern Illinois. This was this morning, though. I got it at +137. Let's add that. And then I got Cal Northridge tonight against Bakersfield at 10 p.m. There's a late game. I don't know what the money line. This was early. I gave it out early today, -150. Let's get some late action on that. That's my plays, Matt.
Yeah, I got nothing yet. I'm just scouring right now. It's a big card tonight, but man, there's some big spreads. St. Mary's by 26.5. Dear Lord.
Yeah,
17.5 for Oregon State.
Usually don't see those +27.
No,
that's usually
nuts because
beginning of the year.
Yeah, we're in the conference play. Yeah, we're in the conference play, and stuff's supposed to tighten up. But man, that must be a bad squad right there.
Pacific, yeah, it's Pacific tonight. Hey, I do. Since we're talking college basketball, gave it out. I do want to give out Josh Applebaum that just does unbelievable work at VSiN. I love the guy. I think he's fantastic. Keep an eye on these unranked home teams against favorites. They're 56-20 straight up, 74%. Last night, Bama beat Auburn. So when you get one of these teams coming in on the road and they're ranked, and you have an unranked team and they're favorites, take a chance with it. Because, again, Auburn's a very high-ranked team. Bama is a very good basketball team, but Auburn is more ranked than them, and it just happens. It's been happening all season. Again, 56-20 straight up, 74%. Take the money lines on those. I've done that a couple times this year, and it's been a pretty good thing. So, all right, Matty, I want to get into some coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost our guy at Michigan, but I mean, don't you overall think that was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing for a while now that he was going to go to the Chargers. It was just some works and stuff. I actually tweeted out last week, Friday. I said it's basically a done deal from people I've heard from, and people are like, well, who did you hear from? I was like, well, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to quote them because I don't want to give their source away either, but somebody told me, and they're like, it's a done deal. I was like, okay, then I'm gonna text all my friends and see if this is correct. And they were right. So I love it. I still can't, like, I'm a Michigan guy, but I've never been the biggest Harbaugh backer because, frankly, I just think he's a little odd. And sometimes he baffles me. He knows his stuff. He obviously won in the NFL, got to a Super Bowl. So the Chargers, though, have burned me so many times, and I can't get on board. So I'm going to just stay even keel on this one out of the gate and see what happens.
All right, I want to go right in the chat because I love the guys in the chat, man. Ken, thank you for being here. Scotty, man, Medicine, thank you again. I'm going to hit some things here. Ken says, biggest Charger fan now? Maybe. Scotty, what's going on, man? I think Scotty, again, from Texas. I'm trying to remember where everyone's from because I do appreciate these guys coming in every week. They're part of the show, and I love it so much. Scotty, how the bet's looking? Okay, I'm 1-0 so far. We'll see where the night goes. It could be great. I could be on a ledge. Don't worry about it. Are you shocked he's going to the Chargers? Matt, that's a question in the chat. I'll say this. I didn't know. You heard some stuff yesterday, and it was like, was he back in Ann Arbor doing some work? He canceled the one with the Falcons, so we're going to get to the Falcons here in a minute. But the fan base isn't great.
Oh, fan base is awful.
Yeah. Can it get better? I don't know. It's LA. It's out in California. I don't know. I don't know too much about California.
The only way it gets better is if they go back to San Diego. It's not going to get better in LA.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But, hey, Michigan came in great. Big deal. Highest paying coach. They were going to give it to him. But
I mean, you have to think there's sanctions coming down from the NCAA, or would have came down. Now, I don't know if they can still imply or put those sanctions on the University of Michigan if Harbaugh's not there, but I guess we're going to find out. I think he knew all along. Hey, I'll stay there until I get the offer I want. And the Chargers are going to throw big money at him. That team is wasting beautiful offensive talent away with Keenan Allen, Eckler, who I think is a free agent, of course, Herbert. They have a nice draft pick this year. They could pick up Brock Bowers or a wide receiver. Mike Williams comes off that. I mean, in my opinion, they need to do one of two things. Draft defense, get the big line, and more O-line. I think he has enough weapons there. Harbaugh should be able to make it work. I'm sure he's going to bring in his own guys, and it might take a year, but I think he'll turn it around like he did San Francisco. I think it's an arrow up, but I can't jump on board the Chargers, even though I do like them.
Yeah, the only thing – I hope he doesn't take the defensive coordinator from Michigan, which it sounds like he's going to. That's tough.
Yeah.
But, that happens. What can you do? I mean, you got to build on. Okay, so let's go here before I do the next thing, Matt. Michigan, where do you think they're going to go as head coach?
More the guy who was the interim while he was out. It has to be the logical step number one. If that doesn't happen, if there's some big alumni backers and people opening up their pocketbooks and they want a big name in there, I don't know where they're going to go. They're going to try to pluck somebody from somewhere, but it looks like everything's set. So you have to lean Moore, who was the interim.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Moore. I think you just keep it in the family. I've been saying this to Old Man in the Garage for a couple weeks because I knew he was going to go. And I said, I just keep it in the family. I like Moore or the defensive coordinator. I just keep it. Hopefully the guys like Edwards, the running back, is coming back. Some of the players are coming back. Just stick with the system, stay in the family. Hopefully those guys are happy and they're going to stay there, and just let's go on here. Ohio State's buying everybody. I mean, they're buying everybody. Now, they're paper champs right now. Big Ten gets crazy next year. You add some of the West Coast teams in here. I think Penn State has something to do with it.
Ohio State's always going to be in the Final Four.
Oh, absolutely. They're a good program.
But I don't think they're going to win a title, especially if they keep their quarterback. So they need to overhaul some things there. Their defense has been underwhelming the past few years. I mean, you got to go back to the days of Katzenmoyer, the Bosa's and everything, where that defense was dominant. It has been dominant in I don't know, 5 years. So
yeah, Ken's already on board, man. Chargers are making the playoffs next season.
Well, I'm going to need a written affidavit type contract that he's officially off the Dallas Cowboys bandwagon. And I know he's not going to get off it. This has been 46 years or whatever it is. So no chance he's getting off the Cowboys bandwagon, but I'll maybe allow him to have an AFC team.
All right. Well, you guys are related, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got to be nice a little bit there.
Oh, always.
You can have that, man. That's okay. Yeah, I think it's and they play Baltimore, I believe, really early in the season, correct?
Who does? The Chargers?
Yeah, I do. I think I heard that the other day. I think that's really I haven't looked that far ahead. I mean, I barely know what I'm doing tomorrow. I just know I got to get up and take my daughter to school and try to go to work tomorrow.
I haven't looked at anything, so that far ahead.
Okay. Okay. Cowboys laugh out loud. Please, no Brian Kelly. Ken, thank you so much. No Brian Kelly. I don't care. I don't want Brian. That was the hardest thing. Q even said that to me one time. He goes, Smitty, there's no way I can root for this team if Brian Kelly comes up anymore. I got to be done. And I'm like, man, I've been following this team. Man, when you grow up in central Pennsylvania, let me just tell a little backstory here. I'm going to do minute. And I know I go long winded sometimes. Central Pennsylvania, it's all Penn State, Penn State, Penn State. Then all your boys go to Penn State, most of them. And then I interned at Penn State. I was in the ticket office. That was my degree, my first degree, sport management. I sat there one time in a meeting. They're like, how much do you like Penn State football? I said, I like Michigan football. I thought they were going to fire me from my internship just like that. But
you should have lied.
I had the greatest. Can I tell you another really funny story about Penn State? Basketball camp, Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania, where I grew up. Bruce Parkhill.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Bruce Parkhill?
Yeah.
So Bruce Parkhill comes in and talks. And we all get lined up on the baseline. And he's going down. And he's like, who's your favorite team? And every kid in the camp. Penn State, Penn State, Penn State, Penn State. I'm one of the last ones. And comes to me, I go, Georgetown. Everybody got a T-shirt. Guess who didn't get a T-shirt? I didn't get a T-shirt. Out of respect for... Good job by Bruce Parkhill sticking to his guns, I guess. But guess what, Bruce? I don't care. Now I like Penn State basketball, but Georgetown's still my team. I wasn't going to tell you Penn State. I didn't need that T-shirt. Don't worry about it. Moving on. All right, hey, Matty, here we go, man. Falcons just came in late. What do you think of that hire?
That's awful. I think it's amazing that this franchise can't get it right. I think Raheem Morris is nothing but a retread coach who goes through the NFL and just is a name, and then they grind away. Oh, look at the great job he's done with the Rams defense over the last 3 years. Terrific. He still is not a good head coach. He is a good defensive coordinator, and some guys should stay defensive coordinators. He must be an amazing interviewer, but again, I wanted Atlanta to actually succeed. I love their throwback red unis. I love the offensive weapons they have. I think it just continues, and this team just stays mediocre. I think it's one of the worst hires of the offseason.
Yeah, you made a great point there about a good interview, because I've always said on this show about like Eric Bieniemy, and people are like, why can't he get a job? Why? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's a horrible interview. Yeah. I've done some interviews I've been told trying to become a teacher one time. I sat in one, they're like best interview of the day. I went to another one. They asked me 3 questions. I got up and I said, hey, I'm walking out. I'm embarrassing myself. I'm wasting your time, and got out. So sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. I don't know how this guy got the job. I agree with you.
No.
Now, Belichick, Matty, I don't think we're going to see him.
See, I can't commit to that yet.
Okay, where's he going?
I think something's going to get shaken up. I think Big Andy Reid could step down. I know a lot of my friends, family, and actually everybody thinks Nick Sirianni is still safe. I don't buy it. I still don't. I think something's going on. I won't be shocked if something happens there and Belichick is the move. We'll see if it happens. And I know it's a super long shot, but why not? I mean, what do we have? 2 openings left, Seattle and Washington. Can't see Belichick going to Seattle. Maybe he'll prove us wrong. Dan Quinn, who we said all along, is supposedly going out there, I think, for a second interview. And Washington, I'll stick to my guns, is I still believe it's Ben Johnson from Detroit.
I think it was Boomer.
For the run.
I think it was Boomer Esiason. Somebody came in yesterday and said that's a done deal. That's done.
What, Ben Johnson?
Yes, that's a done deal, supposedly.
I'm all for it. I think they're going to probably wait until the playoff runs over and don't ruin it. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's why you don't hear. Have you heard? Okay, because you're a Commanders fan. Have you heard anything in the news about them doing anything?
No, I have not heard anybody say this is a done deal. So I'm sure. Who'd you say it was? Chris Berman?
I heard Boomer. I think it was Boomer Esiason.
Oh, Boomer Esiason. Yeah,
I could be.
I'm sure he knows more people than I do. So.
Well, I don't know. You're pretty popular, so. I think it's a done deal. I think that guy's going there. I don't know. I still think, I'm going to just throw it out, I think Quinn goes back to Seattle.
I wouldn't fight you on it at all.
So I don't think you're going to see, I think Ken just says Bill takes a year off. Yeah, Ken. Because I think he's out of jobs. Where's he going? He's going up to the Argonauts in the Canadian League? How about the Spring League?
Are we another wild card would be, are we sold that the Bills won't fire Sean McDermott?
Well, that's a good point. So let's lead right into that. Let's go into that game last week.
Oh God!
And then you can bring in, and let's recap, and then we're gonna fire away for the games this week, and then we're gonna do the top three this week. We're gonna do football movies. If I'm giving mine away already with the T-shirt on tonight. All right, Matty, Kansas City. What'd you think? What'd you think there, man? Buffalo just can't get over, man. And another missed kick. It takes you back to the Super Bowls and like the kicks. 27-24 Kansas City over Buffalo. Go at it, my friend. What'd you think overall with the game?
That game was a dick punch. I know people say Josh Allen can't win the big game. There's no way you put that game on Josh Allen. He didn't commit any turnovers. I know he only had like 180 passing yards. That one is not on Josh Allen. That is on the defense, the coaches, and the special teams. That was their chance, their time. Get rid of the big bully on the block, KC. Guess what? They can't do it. KC moves on. Now the really intriguing aspect is, can Baltimore beat KC and get rid of these Swifties and all these Swifty crew members? Just keep running.
Don't piss people off if they're Swifties, if they're fans. We need them.
I'm not going to piss them off. The memes are out of control with these Swifties. Our only savior is Lamar Jackson, and they might be right. So,
oh man. Well, that game, I did okay, and I went on a live with that. I just saw Kansas City. It's so tough to go against Mahomes, man. I mean, it really is. Let me just throw out a couple things I got down. I got my cards here. That's a 3 p.m. CBS game. The trend right now, Kansas City, 16-4 and 1 ATS as a dog. Straight winners, 15 of them. I mean, this team just finds ways to win. I mean, they really do. And coming up in this game this week with Baltimore. But going back to that Buffalo game, I mean, that would just so many people on social media were saying that's like Brady Manning back in the day. And it is. It's just it's a great game. I mean, it's a total great game overall in that. One thing about Allen on that last kick, and that's tough for the guy. I feel bad for the field goal kicker. I really do, because the wind was bad. Allen had Diggs crossing. If he would have dumped it, he could have maybe got down and better, maybe even ran for it. He went for the end zone, and the ball kind of like knuckled a little bit, and it just fell short. It was like a little Phil Niekro knuckleball there. But I thought Allen played a good game. I mean, it's tough you feel bad for the Buffalo fans. I mean, they're great fans. They're passionate, and they're there all the time, and they just can't get over it. Goes back to what Matt just said a couple minutes ago. Do you still believe in this coach? Do you bring Belichick in? Go for it,
I'm starting
man.
to have big-time second guesses on McDermott. I just don't – I'm not sure he knows how to win a big game. He's never has won a big game. Maybe he is allergic to that big scene, but they have to figure something out. The defense, I can't even give them a pass because then you'd have to give so many teams a pass. They were super dinged up on D, and they didn't play awful on D, but I think Kansas City had 2 third downs. They could not get a stop. 2 third downs in an entire game is obscene. I mean, you're basically every first down, you're getting another first down, or second down, you're getting another first down. Crazy that they just moved up and down. I think they punted once. It was just not a good showing. Maybe his in-game adjustments are no good. I think they fired the defensive coordinator already, so maybe some changes up there. Who knows? It's a long shot because he is a good coach and he wins. And he's done a good job with that team, but maybe he's not the right coach.
Yeah, Ken says maybe take a year off, goes to the Giants.
Well,
I think
Dayball would have to get canned, and that's not out of the question.
No, it's not. And I just don't see where he's going. I thought Atlanta was, but here's the thing. Everything you heard about Atlanta with Belichick was the owner wanted him.
Yep.
The front office didn't. So there was a battle. There was a battle in the higher up in position there. Usually you would think the owner has he's just going to get it and get his way. But if the guys that you trust with your team and they go, we don't want him because it gets 71 years old. He wants some front office probably control. What's he been doing in New England? Team hasn't been very good. I think it's tough. It's just gonna be weird if he's not there. Okay, real quick before I got one more coach thing, and I'd love to hear what Matt. Where's Vrabel go? Does Vrabel take it? I mean, man, that guy, I love that guy. If Tomlin was gonna step away from Pittsburgh, I was all about Vrabel going into Pittsburgh.
I can't believe he hasn't gotten hired. Period. Maybe he's waiting to take a D coordinator job with somebody for a year. Who knows? Maybe he'll go back up to New England and pair up with Mayo for a while and then see what happens next year. Because if you look at the teams next year who potentially could have coaching vacancies, I think it's as many this year, if not more. I think the Jets and Salah may have an opening. Maybe Tomlin in Pittsburgh here. Let's see, Tennessee, now they're set. Vegas set. Denver, Chargers. Let's throw through the gamut. Dallas, Philly, Giants, all could have new coaches next year. I don't think anybody's safe there. Chicago looks okay. Tampa, New Orleans. That division's pooped down there. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe less teams next year when you look at bigger picture. But Vrabel's going to land. Vrabel's going to land somewhere. Maybe he takes a year off.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a year off. Now Belichick's starting to get up there in age a little bit. So, and I think deep down he wants the record. He wants on a team he can get the record there. So
I think he wants the record, and I also think he wants to prove that he can win a Super Bowl without Brady, and then he hangs it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Baltimore played at home. They took care of the Texans. Great game early, Matt.
Cool.
Great game. I mean, return punt, they were right there. Second half, whole different game. Baltimore took over. Better team showed up. Pounded the ball. I'm going to hit on that here in a little bit. Overall, what'd you think of that? Stroud a little bit struggles, man. He just can't beat that Michigan defensive coordinator.
Well, I really was excited after the first half, even though the first half, I think they missed a field goal going into halftime.
Yeah, that was big momentum. That was big. Yeah, that was big.
And I mean, 10-10 on the road in Baltimore against the top-ranked team. I'm like, man, this 9.5 looks good. The field goal did hurt, and I was like, oh, okay, they got a chance. And then just absolute, I mean, somebody put sugar in the gas tank, and it was done. I believe I heard they did not have a red zone appearance in the entire game. And I think that's more kudos to the Baltimore defense than it is to a detriment to the Houston offense. I really think maybe we've not really slept on Baltimore being as good as they are. So maybe the gap is bigger than we thought between Baltimore and the other teams. And we're going to find out. The problem, Smitty, is when we talk about this game coming up, there's one X factor, and I hate to even bring it in, and I won't bring it in yet, but I'll let you cover the game from last week.
No, they're so good. I mean, they really are. They can pound the ball, and we're going to hit that in a little bit. The thing I saw, I was at a little gathering here, I don't want to say, I guess it was a party that we do usually around Christmas with some friends, and it got postponed, so we did it. And I was watching it with a bunch of guys, and they're so fast. Like, Stroud was dumping down, and like on the screen, it was only like the running back, and you thought like, okay, he's going to get like 5-10 yards. There was 3 guys then in the screen. They team tackle so fast, Baltimore. They're so quick on defense. So let's just go into the game here. We got 3 p.m. CBS. Right now, I got this scores a little bit ago, scores and odds. -3.5 Baltimore, 44.5. Money line's big, -200 on the money line with that. And just to let everybody know, I don't know if everybody saw it on social. I think it was up in like Vancouver. They said they were given like the description of the Super Bowl, and they were saying Reba McEntire, like Post Malone saying this, San Francisco against Baltimore. So if you believe in weird stuff like that in the script, do a little money line parlay this weekend and take Baltimore and San Francisco, and they're going to be in the Super Bowl. There you go. There's a little money line parlay there for you. All right, man. Like I said, man, Kansas City's unbelievable as a dog. And you got Mahomes. Now, there's a key injury. One of their offensive line guys, Pro Bowler, has some issues.
Yeah, Joe Tunney.
Yeah, Joe Tunney. They said he's going to gut it out, going to try. Well, of course, it's championship game, so you're going to try. But here's the thing. I'm going to throw this out. I got to get that bet up. I did one. You get fired up after the games, and you're like, okay, this is going to happen. And, man, it's tough to go against Mahomes, man. This guy just keeps it there all the time. I call it the Swiftie factor. I mean, Taylor Swift. Who do you think they won in the Super Bowl? You don't think they want to throw her up how many times in a game and just throw? Kelsey's brother might be running around with no shirt on like he was doing in Buffalo. He was having a great old time there. But you don't think they want to do that? I think they do. I put him up in a teaser right away. I got him up to 8.5, 9. I'll look at here in a little bit. But the medicine man here, I'm going to call him the man on the medicine. Mahomes going for the 6th straight postseason game without an interception. Yeah, I mean, he's just money. Guy's great. Head coach is great. Swiftie factor. I saw on a site, the ref, it's a Smith. I can't remember. Sean Smith? I'm trying to think. Sean Smith?
That's going to be my X factor.
Okay, I'm going to let you just go into it then. Take over with that.
So I'll start off first, though. I've read that Joe Tooney, not sure how you actually pronounce it, is not playing. They don't think he's going to be able to go.
I've heard that too.
Sure. So we'll see. I mean, it is Thursday. He's got time. Okay, so this Sean Smith ordeal. NFL teams win at a 57% clip at home for the past 3 years. When Sean Smith is reffing these games, the home team is winning at 41% of the time. That's a big, big difference. That's 15-16% difference for a home team to lose these games. Sure, maybe if you go back and look, maybe he's reffing games where it's Carolina versus Kansas City, some kind of crap like that. And there is a big difference in the home dog, but that's still huge. And that's over 3 years. Not only that, the home teams against the spread when Smith is the ref, the home teams are 17, 29, and 3. I hate to bet against Baltimore. I actually might be happy losing my money, but I'm going to bet against Baltimore this weekend. I'm probably going to take the Chiefs and the points and probably on the money line as well and see what happens. It's too great for me. I mean, I don't buy the script, but you said it. Who does the NFL want in the Super Bowl more. It's kind of baffling. I don't want to believe it. So I actually hope I'm proved wrong this weekend. I might be happy losing a little bit of money.
All right. Who is performing at the halftime? That's in the chat. That's Usher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usher.
Post Malone, somebody else.
Post Malone, no. I think Reba's doing the national anthem.
Oh, yeah. Reba's doing the national. And here's a note.
Malone is.
I guess Reba did the national anthem one other time and went way under the time limit. So everybody's like, hammer the under on the national anthem. I'm like, check.
Okay.
Was it last year that they had the Super Bowl halftime performers with Dre and Eminem and 50 Cent and?
I think that was 2 years ago.
Okay. Last year was Rihanna. That's what it was. Wasn't last year Rihanna?
I don't know. Half the time. I think that's the one with 50 Cent, and he was upside down and didn't look like he was ever going to get off the upside down because now he's in great shape. Now he's got back in. I'm not ripping on him because I'm in horrible shape. But, yeah. But, I mean, it's, yeah. I think it's Usher. But
it's definitely Usher.
Yeah, and Reba is quick. Like they said, play the they go. They've had some stuff on her, and she goes really quick. So now she's gonna really do that. Tail it out, man.
No, I don't think she has that in her.
You don't think she has it in? Okay, all right.
I'm there for the flyovers.
The flyover.
The flyover I love it. I love it every time you get those at the games.
So you know what I love about the halftime show? That's when I crack a beer, go outside, and smoke a cigar.
There you go.
I don't even watch the halftime show. I don't care who it is.
I usually don't either. I usually go over and see what old man in the garage thinks about the game.
Yep. No, hey, I couldn't tell you who has performed any of the past couple of years. No idea.
And the commercials stink anymore too. That's just my opinion with it. So.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is a tough one, Matt. So we're gonna bounce here. So Kansas City, they're really good against the pass. They struggle against the run, and that's what scares me here, man, because Baltimore ran the ball fantastic. 229 as a team last week against Buffalo. Or not, excuse me, not against Texans. I apologize. Texans. So that scares me. You got all these teams, but it's just, you're going to pound Hill, Edwards, Jackson's going to get ball. They're going to run the ball. I got to, keep an eye on some of those player props. I jotted down. I've not done anything. I have one teaser, and like I said, I'll give it out. But Edwards, earlier in the week, over 38.5 yards. Jackson, over 60.5 yards. Keep an eye. Where's Kansas City going to have to go? I mean, Kelsey's going to have a big game. I mean, the guy's on every commercial on the planet. You don't think they want him to have a big game? Keep throwing the ball to him. I'd play his over pass receptions. I had it at 61.5. Matt, I have one play so far. I have Kansas City up in a teaser, and I have San Francisco down, and we'll dive into that game here in a second. But I'm going to add a lot more. But I think Kansas City, this is not a blowout. I don't think it is. I think there's too many factors in this game. I think Baltimore by far is a better team, but that's where I'm going. Where's your head at?
Yeah, but can somebody put Kansas City? Can somebody? I mean, what? 6 years in a row now? They're in the championship game.
Yeah, they're there all the time.
Somebody's got to knock them off, and nobody can do it. And I still don't know if Baltimore can do it because I hate to say it, but Lamar has not exactly killed it in the playoffs either until last week when he was basically flawless. And I think he's going to have to be flawless again. They have the talent. Those two linebackers, Queen and Roquan, should be able to neutralize Kelsey, especially with Kyle Hamilton on the back end. So can Rashee Rice and these other buffoons of Marquez Valdez Scantling, Mecole Hardman, who had his stat line last week was absolutely baffling. I believe he had one catch, one carry, 2 fumbles, -1 total yards. How about that for a stat line?
Yeah.
So somebody else has to step up, and it's probably going to have to be Pacheco. One thing I'll look for is Mahomes' over rushing yards because I think Baltimore is going to get after him. I think he's going to have to scramble. I think he's going to have to do a lot of yeoman's work this weekend coming up, and he's going to have to do the scramble drill and then find somebody getting open late. So
yeah, Pacheco, 15. Go ahead. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut
no, you're good. I still can't. I'm not going to bet against Kansas City again. They burned me last week. I think I'm going to roll with the dog, get the points.
Yeah, Pacheco, 15 carries, 97 yards. Going to have to do it. Can he do it, though? You take that offensive line guy out again. Can they run the ball? Defense is so good. Baltimore's defense. Kelsey, 5 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Just keep an eye on Jackson. Some of the Baltimore run totals here. I think Kelsey still has a big game. I think that's the guy I'd go to. All right, next game. Let's go. Detroit, man. The Lions are roaring right now, and people are fired up. They add Zach Ertz. Goff, 9.3 ATS as a dog, 6 or more points. There's a little info for you. Great game, man. I enjoyed that game, Matt, with Tampa. I thought that was a really good, entertaining game. 31-23. Tampa had the ball. Baker throws a pick late in that game. But great game. I mean, entertaining game. I mean, fans were crazy. It was electric. People in the chat last week said it was going to be electric. We said it was going to be electric. Overall, what's your thoughts of Detroit heading into this big game?
Yeah, they helped me out. I was high on Detroit last week. I thought that would be the blowout. It wasn't really a blowout, but they did get me a nice bet. I had Detroit to win by 7 to 12 points, so that was a nice little hit there. I think they have the right remedy to go into San Francisco and potentially win. Now, that's a lot of potential there because the Niners at home are very good. Purdy still doesn't make his mistakes. I think Goff is familiar with this team because he obviously played against them a lot with the Rams. So I don't think he'll be shaken. He knows the field. He knows the team. He knows Shanahan. He's familiar with all that. It's can they run the ball with Gibbs and Montgomery coming up? And I think they can, and I think they will. That offensive line is now the best there is. Penei Sewell and Trent Williams are basically 1-2 in the NFL for offensive linemen, in my opinion. They're super, super great players. So last week, I mean, it played out how we thought. A little high scoring. Baker was going to have some excitement. It took a little while, but a great game. Great entertainment value last week. Now, can Detroit carry it over? And can Big Dan get them one more win on the road? I think a great factor coming up. I think America wants Detroit to win. And I think they have the full backing of like the country, as long as it's not somebody from San Francisco, Baltimore, and Kansas City. I think the other 80% of the country is all on Detroit.
Yeah. Little USA chant there. You got to love it. Yeah, I think why not? I mean, everybody. And here's the thing. It's amazing. Purdy, that game last week. Green Bay should have had him.
Yeah, sure should have.
Agree. And Love played fantastic, I think, early in that game. And then he kind of just started like that last throw. You can't do that throw, Matt. What was that guy doing? What was that throw?
First playoff experience.
That looks like me in the backyard back when I was 12 years old trying to zip a pass over to Garvey or something, doing a cross pattern. Sheila, Dr. Brett was going to pick that off or something. Goodness gracious.
With the Nerf ball that always had a chunk out of it.
Yeah, the dog took a big bite out of it. Yeah. Or always. Just you were nervous watching a game. You took one out yourself. You know, who knows? Here's the thing, which is shocking to me, Matt. This is multiple games now. All these shows this week, they were saying Purdy in the rain. He just struggles. This is a guy that played football at Iowa State. Now, listen, this ain't beachfront property at Iowa State. He was playing in crappy conditions. Why can't this guy throw a football in crappy conditions, especially rain? Any thoughts on that?
No, I don't. Maybe he's not as surefire as we thought earlier in the year. Maybe there's a couple chinks. Maybe they got something on film that we don't know about as Joe Public. So I don't know. I hate to say it. I still think the Niners are going to win this game. I don't think we're going to get the red and purple Super Bowl. I think we're going to get a red and red Super Bowl this year. I'm going to say one thing, though. I am going to be taking the Lions plus the points, because they're 7-2 against the spread this year on the road. So I think that's enough for me to grab, 7 now?
I got it at 7. And so here let's go this. 630 Fox, -7, over under 51.5, money line -360. So, and the weather looks good. Because you never know out in San Francisco. It could be a little crazy out there. You could get fog.
Oh, yeah.
Could have wind. You could have rain. It really looks good. The temperature, I think, during the day is really nice out there. It looks good out there. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to throw this out. I think John Ewing gave this out on social today. I'm going to throw this out. Debo's the big question mark, though. They got to have Debo playing. Without Debo Samuel, took a shot on the shoulder in the game. When they don't have him, they struggle, Matt. Here's some numbers. They're 12-1 straight up with Debo in the lineup. 10-3 ATS. Without him, 1-4 straight up, 0-5 ATS. And they have struggled. Here's another little chunk with this. Last 6 home games for them, they have not covered the spread.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to roll Detroit. Debo did practice today. Now, they say it was limited, so who knows what he did. In my opinion, he probably rode a bike on the sideline or ran. But
So he won the Tour de France today. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he goes.
I think he goes.
And like what you said, I think he better go. Because Brandon Ayuk last week was super underwhelming. He was not even their best receiver. That was probably Jennings. And I think the Lions actually have enough to potentially, I don't know if they can stop McCaffrey, but I think they're going to try to beat McCaffrey up with those. Their linebackers are thumpers. So I think they're going to try to bully McCaffrey potentially. Who knows? Maybe he exactly is not 100% healthy with his calf. So if you can thump and bump, maybe they can bully the Niners, although that's going to be bully on bully potentially. So.
All right, I'm looking up so I did this Sunday night. I did Kansas City up to 9. I had San Francisco down to 1 in a teaser.
Yeah. I wouldn't fault you for it at all.
But I say this all the time, because being the teaser king, and I love teasers, I think taking Lions up is not a bad play either. I mean, I think you're great too. I mean, it's just a good team. I think it's going to be a tight game too. I'm just trying to go through. Gibbs, keep an eye on Gibbs. His receiving yards has been, I hit it 2 weeks ago, did not play it last week, and I think he went over it again. This guy's electric. I mean, that's a guy they got to get the ball to. I want to see them pound it a little bit more. I think Montgomery Gibbs, what a great 1-2 punch. I've talked about the Steelers. I do like Harris. I do like Warren there with the 1-2 punch, but I mean, this team has a great, Montgomery's a big guy can pound the ball. Gibbs is a guy that can get out really quick and just go. Really, St. Brown's another one. Laporta is just playing unbelievable, man. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I think I said he wasn't going to play in the playoffs, and this guy's showing up every week, 9 catches, 65 yards. Purdy has to play good. Hey, Kittle, I played Kittle last week. Player prop. Keep an eye on that. I don't know what the number is, but I always love playing George Kittle player props.
Yeah. I think I have a new favorite George Kittle, though, and it's Sam Laporta. I think I said that last week. That guy's fun to watch.
All right, man. We're good with the NFL?
Good.
Okay.
Let's go Lions. Let's go. I don't have a favorite in the other game. Let's go Lions.
Yeah, that's tough, the other game. Because it was even last week. Because I think I text you guys, and our audience, man, we go back and forth, and we do live. We do a lot, and live bets. If you've never done live bets, get into live bets. If you're watching the game and you think you see something, I was sitting there. I threw a decent bet on Kansas City because I just thought Kansas City was going to win that game. I really did. And then like I said, I played the Taylor Swift factor and all that. So we're gonna go. So. Hey, John, are we good to do the top 3?
Yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, I got a call. Just about to call into the Zoom. So if you just want to go and kind of slowly go into it, and I'll get her on. It's going to be Jess from Tribe Called Jess.
Oh, beautiful! We got Jess calling in. Another little
now
wild
I can
style.
actually see Smitty too. Holy cow!
We a little wild style productions here. We're gonna get Jess on top 3. So the question this week, we've been doing this over the last couple weeks. Top 3, we've done sitcom songs. We did last week was our favorite 80s hair metal. I don't want to say. I think hopefully the audience is liking this. I know Ken chimed in. Ken, put it out again. I got yours. Another really good friend of mine, Laura, on social media, gave me some of hers. I might try to throw that out too. But this week it was movies, football movies. Our favorite, because we're in the middle of football season. Let's throw these out. So John, I know our producer is chiming in. Jeff is not here, but you got Jeff's, right?
Yeah, I got Jeff's as well. Yes.
All right. Listen, if Jess comes in and we're a little ahead, she can just chime in with hers.
I think she might be here. Jess, are you on with us?
No, Jess.
This is actually a tough category. I'll fill in.
Oh my goodness!
Sure is.
Hey, Matt, when you threw yours, and I think you had honorable. I was like, I got to redo mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
I have two honorable mentions, man. It was tough to eliminate two of these.
All right, so John, I know you're doing a million things behind the glass right now.
All good, brother. All good.
Okay, so let's start with you.
Yeah, so my number 3 is Waterboy. Just a classic, funny, kind of goofy, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
John, if anybody knocked you for having that in there, they should be road punched.
Can I? Okay. Well, I'm going to be.
100%
Thank you.
acceptable.
Listen, not one of my favorites. Not one of my favorite movies. So maybe I'll get throat punched. Not one of my favorite. I mean, there's some good bits in that. Not one of my favorites. But hey, it's everyone's list. It's like last week with Jeff. That's one band. We went, who? It's his list. Let him do his thing. I got to look the band up, and I probably will know, like, right when I put the band in, I'll probably know who it is. So, and what's some of those songs. Okay, let's, you got Jeff.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, Jess?
Hey.
How are you doing, sweetie?
What's up, Tribe Called Jess here.
And what's
I'm
going
doing
on?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I miss seeing you. I'm sorry we went to Thursdays. I don't get to see you. I don't get to see the guys. I don't get to see your dog. How is your dog doing?
You'll hear him. Hopefully, every time I put myself on mute, it won't let me unmute. So I can't mute. You might hear him. Oh, she's good.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, she's doing great. We had a wild show last night, and I miss seeing you guys too, but you're killing it.
Oh,
I watched the reels, so
thank you so much.
I love watching that.
Well,
and you're talking about you're talking about favorite football movies?
Yes. So what's your number 3?
Number 3, probably Varsity Blues.
Oh, that's my girl.
Number 2, Rudy.
Just do one at a time.
Just do one. We're going to keep you on.
Nice and slow, Jess. Come on.
We don't, hey, slow down, Jess. We don't want to kick you off yet. We love hearing your voice. So Varsity Blues. Okay, so Varsity Blues for Jess. I love it. Okay, hey, John, what's Jeff's? Stay with us, Jess. Don't leave.
I won't. I will, but I'm not on mute because I can't come off it.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
So Jeff's number 3 is Remember the Titans.
Oh, great movie. Movie down here. That was close for mine. Excuse me. Passionate. Great lines in that. Down here, really close to where I'm at right now. I love it. All right, Maddie. Maddie, I'm going to let you go last this week. So I'm going to go with mine here. And I had to change this. I forgot this for the audience here. And Maddie threw his and he had an honorable mention. And I was like, oh my goodness, I got to get in that. So my honorable mention, I'm going to throw mine first because, being the we can do whatever we want because it's our show. I was going to do Friday Night Lights. I had that number 3. And then Maddie threw one out. I was like, whoa. I got to switch. So Friday Night Lights, I love, and went to a TV show that was fantastic, but unnecessary roughness. You have Scott Bakula. You got Sinbad. You got Kathy Ireland. You got action there. I thought you were going to do one of these. And he throws the ball and hits the backboard in the gym. Matt, I love that scene.
Yeah.
That is my number 3. Maddie, where are we going with your number 3?
All right, I'm going to spin this a little different because I'm going to add a little trivia to it as well. But I'm with Jess. This is Varsity Blues for me. When you have guys named Mox, Lance, Bacon the Pig, Coach Kilmer with 22 district championships, forget about it. Top 3. But here's the trivia, and this is like very obscure. Can you name the name of the strip club in Varsity Blues?
Oh, man.
Oh. Well, if I had my co-hosts on, they probably could.
Well,
It's make believe,
Jeff,
but they
how
might have
about we
been
do
there,
this,
right,
Jeff?
Jess?
let's not even answer it. Don't answer it, and then
Oh.
just ask them. Yeah.
Maddie,
I will.
you're killing me. I can't remember. Okay, that's a great trivia. If hey, put in, maybe we'll send you a T-shirt or something if you know that one. All right, let's go back around the table. Oh, you know what? Really quick, I'm gonna do this really quick if I can. I don't want to take too much. Our good friend Laura, I'm gonna throw hers out because I love throwing people that send on social media out. Heaven Can't Wait. Don't know what it is. Sounds good. Sounds like a song. I love it. Heaven Can't Wait. I'm going to give that number 3 for Laura.
That's a great movie.
Oh, great movie. Jess is chiming in there, man. It's okay. Good. Ken, our guy that's in the chat, I'm going to give out his unnecessary roughness to number 3. All right, John, let's keep this going, man. Where are you going, number 2?
So me and Jeff kind of flip-flop here. Jeff, obviously had Remember the Titans for number 2. I had Remember the Titans for number 2, and then he has Waterboy for the opposite of that. So
Waterboy.
Remember the Titans for me, and then Jeff is Waterboy.
Okay, Remember the Titans. Great movie. Waterboy there, too. Okay. Jess. Oh, we got, hold on here.
Rudy. I was Rudy.
We're going,
Rudy was offside.
we're going Rudy number 2 for Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Great movie. All right.
I'm old.
Hey, so am I. Hey, Jess.
Jesus. I'm not going to answer this.
Hey, Jess, you're not old. You're not old.
49 in 2 months, baby.
Hey, that's
49.
Don't worry about it. All right, here we go. Number 2 for me. I got to look back at my list here. The Program. The Program. You got Omar Epps, Joe Kane.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna ring that bell.
For dinner, boys. On 4. Ready?
Here we go.
Get along, little doggies. It's your misfortune and none of my own. Snowflake.
Another one. We're gonna ring that bell. We're gonna ring that victory bell. All right, Maddie, number 2 for you, my friend.
Just because it's actually a true story, I'm with Jeff and John. Remember the Titans, Denzel, but the funny thing about this is though, if you watch that movie, go back. America's Dream Boat, Ryan Gosling is like the worst cover corner ever in that movie. He gets benched. He's awful. Come on, you gotta get better than that. And then you also have a guy named Sunshine, Ronnie Bass. Great movie.
Oh, here we go.
Let me ask you something now, Mr. Bertier. How strong are you? I'm too strong. I'm too.
Oh, great movie. That fires you up. I mean, that's just passionate. My sister loves that movie. I should have had my sister do the top 3. That would have been in for sure. All right. Number 1. Hold on here. Sorry. I got too many people. Trying to do Ken, Varsity Blues. Laura is Rudy. She is Rudy.
The top 3 is catching fire here.
Yeah, it is. All right. Number 1, everybody, for the week. Top 3 football movies of all time. John, let's go.
So for me, I had Any Given Sunday. I like Al Pacino's Game of Inches speech. Just get you going.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear that in a second. I love it. It got me fired up. Oh, here it is right now. Let's go.
So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2
Love it.
second too slow.
Let's go. I'm ready to run a brick wall through it right now. Let's go. All right, what's Jeff's?
Are you talking to me?
Jess, I'm coming to you in a second. I'm going to do Jeff's.
Okay, sorry.
So Jeff has All the Right Moves. I don't know that one.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I got some homework
That's a good
apparently to
movie.
watch.
How did that not make my list? I just threw my pen. I'm mad now. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about that movie. That's out of Johnstown, PA. You
didn't do your homework.
Man, well, I had so many. You're just a typing teacher. Tom Cruise. Play the ball, Jerkovich. Tell Bosco I'll be seeing him around. Oh, man. Dr. Brent. Garvey, if they watch this show, they're going to be mad that I did not put that on. Man, that's a fantastic movie. You're just a typing teacher. All right, Jess. Number one. All right,
so my pick all around to me pulled at the heartstrings, the football strings, great story, and deemed appropriate for this weekend would be Blindside. I just love that movie.
Good movie. Yeah.
Great movie.
Great story.
Controversial on the outtake, but yep, great movie because of the argument from him himself saying, "Oh, it's not exactly true," but I thought it was a great movie.
Well, most movies they kind of dream it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Didn't he play for the Ravens? Wasn't it the Ravens?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go.
Ravens.
I mean, come on, guys.
Way to bring that right in there. Way to bring that right in.
There you go.
All right, Jess, if you want to stay on with us, you can for a second here. Okay, my number one. No, let's do. I keep forgetting. I'm trying to bring the viewers in. My attention span goes really. Here's Laura, man. Jess, you've met me. You know my attention span. Okay, here we go. Going into the vault here, she says, Newt Rockney, All-American.
Man, that's a deep pull.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Ken, the original Longest Yard. That would be Burt Reynolds, not the one that Sandler. And Burt Reynolds was in that one too, but the original one. That's a good movie. So Ken, Laura, thank you so much for going on social media, chiming in with us. Where am I going? You know where I'm going, everybody. I have the T-shirt on, West Canaan High. We're going the Coyotes. We're going Varsity Blues. John, play me a little bit.
Wrong timing part of the clip, but here you go.
Oh, I love it. Billy Bob. I still love that movie, and we've talked about this movie so many times, how the coach gets fired at half, or the kids say they're not playing. The whole coaching staff just disappears. Paul Walker now is calling the plays. You got the running back calling stuff. I mean, it's just the craziest thing. I love that movie. That movie can come up, and I've said this many times on this program. That movie can come up at 1 a.m., and I'm probably staying up until 3. I love it so much. You just got to see if they're going to win the game still. I don't know. Maddie, what do you have number one?
All right. Well, two honorable mentions. My two honorable mentions were Unnecessary Roughness, which we covered, but then Invincible with Vince Papale.
Great one. That's a good one.
But mine was already covered too. It's The Program. I mean, you have one of the best trash talkers ever in Alvin Mack when he was in the game, talking to the running back and the linemen, just making them basically shit themselves. Joe Kane, James Caan, Holly Berry was in it.
Yep.
It's
great call on that. Holly Berry's in that. Yep, great call.
Yeah. And then another trivia question for that one is bonus points if you know what stadium that was actually filmed in. Because it's a super popular stadium, but people get it confused. A lot of people think it's University of Georgia between the hedges, but it's actually South Carolina's stadium, William Bright Stadium.
I was going to say, because it's the team is supposed to be kind of like Florida State.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. And that.
Yeah. And I mean, that movie actually kind of set a precedent too. They actually had to edit a scene out. If you remember the guys laying in the middle of the road.
Yep. I was telling. So John, John, chime in real quick here. Cause John, when I came up, we were talking about this. Go, John.
Yeah. I never saw this movie. I didn't know what it was. And then when I started looking for clips, I was like, wow, this looks really good. So I got a couple of movies I got to definitely check out. This being one of them.
It's awesome.
Oh, if you,
me too. Hey,
Jess, you got to watch it. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to watch it. I got to drop, but real quick, are you coming out tomorrow night to the Double Vision party at the Salisbury Center?
I was not planning, but maybe I will make a spot.
I think you guys should. I just want to plug this for Jeff and I tomorrow night. Electronic music all the way from D.C., Riza. So come out, doublevisionparty.com for tickets.
Thank you
so much. And I hope to see you guys.
Hey, Jess, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Jess.
Anytime you want me to join, guys, it's my pleasure. Call in my show, too. I would love it.
I love it.
We got to rate our I just want to make note here, Smitty. If you look at who's been in the playoffs, almost everybody in my top 5 best looking. I wonder if we could say best looking correlates with making the playoffs.
Well, hey, Jess knows what she's talking about, and make sure you check out her show on Wild Style Productions. She does an unbelievable job with all her co-hosts and everything like that. Jess, I love you so much. Thank you so much.
I love you too, guys. Take care.
See
Bye.
ya.
Can I throw in another one that we kind of no one mentioned? 2 of them. Little Giants.
Oh, I love Little Giants.
Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I was going to say bonus points that nobody brought it up.
Little Giant. Is that girl what was the girl's what was the girl's
Shauna Waldron.
What was the nickname of the girl in that? Wasn't she like the refrigerator?
Oh,
or
the
the
Icebox.
kid
Icebox.
or Icebox. Okay.
Yeah,
I knew it was
Icebox,
refrigerator or something like that. So that's great stuff. I love
We are Marshall, another good one too.
Oh, we are.
Under a couple lists here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was close to my list.
Yeah, that was close. Old Man in the Garage. We were talking about that one too. And that. Hey, I love the top 3. I mean, the movie's great. All the movies are fantastic. I cannot believe I forgot the Tom Cruise one. They're gonna just bash me for that.
All the right moves.
All
Jeff?
the right moves,
Yeah.
man. I cannot believe the guys are gonna bash me. We talk about that all the time. Shadow's going to West Virginia. Tank's going to Fur. Like, that is just a fantastic movie, and I cannot believe I just can't believe I missed that one. I forgot. And I even went in through, because this is hard because you have so many Brian songs. You could keep going and going. I was looking at articles and doing it. That one was not on any couple articles I looked at because I was trying to like write. I'm like, okay, this is the one I know. I know Varsity Blues, man. That's my favorite of all time. I just love Varsity Blues. I don't know if it's just that high school kind of, I don't know what it is. I just love the movie. Is it cheesy at times? Absolutely, but I think it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So, all right, man. Again, Old Man in the Garage. Kansas City Chiefs are gonna upset Baltimore, man. He's done a great job. We always appreciate his underdog plays of the year. So everybody, Kansas City, gonna pull the upset. Old Man in the Garage. Maddie, you got anything before we bounce, my friend? What a great fun show again. Jess calling in, that was fantastic.
Nope. Recap. Take the points with the Lions, and I'm with Old Man in the Garage again. I'm gonna roll Kansas City getting points.
Yeah, hey, jump in. Hey, I just hit a buzzer beater. My best bet I just gave out on social media and Sharp Angle Syndicate. Long Island, Long Island had 3 wins. Team they were playing had 2 wins. Man, did I get ugly tonight for the best bet. I went Long Island buzzer beater 3-pointer winner. We're going to cash out again, man. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody, CS Northridge at 10 p.m. Jump on that. My other plays are off, but play that game at 10 o'clock. They're going to win. I don't know what the money line is now. I got it at minus 150 earlier in the day. That's all I have. Fun show, great show. We're going to talk some hoops, I guess, next week. Recap the games, preview a little bit of the Super Bowl. We'll try to get a guest on. Matt, what do we always say?
Hey, I just want to give John a quick thank you and shout out. Great job on the clips and all the work behind the glass. And as we say here, bang your bookies, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.
Y'all ready for this?